All right, guys, looks like we're going live right now. Hopefully this is working. Let's give a little bit of time for people to join. So can people hear me and see me? I need to check on this. This is my first time doing a live stream, so hopefully it actually works. I have no idea. I have some stuff planned for it. Going live right now. There you go. Looks like we're live on my other phone over here that we have. So. If you're in the chat room, send a little chat and say hello, just to make sure that you could actually hear me and then I'm not just speaking quiet, muted or anything like that. I spent some time trying to get the video and the audio to link up. So hopefully this is my trial run of a live stream. We can see you. Okay, I got that, Axel. All right, can you hear me though too? Hello, Bossman5K. Hello from Southern Oregon. Love your vids. Keep them coming, please. I'm actually going to be coming to Central Oregon next week, Bossman, over in the Bend area. And we're on a little family vacation. We could hear you in Sacramento. Hello, Denise. Maria, yes to you both. Yes, Mike Long. Mike, we need to talk. Give me let's sync up. Hello from Washington, D.C. Audio, video, crystal clear. Hello from Buffalo. Yes to you all. Coming loud and clear. A lot of people. Okay, man, this is going to be tough to keep up with. Let's see how we can do this. All right. All right, guys. So this is my official first live stream. I'm going to call it TUP Talks. And I just wanted a different kind of outlet. As you know, it kind of takes me a long time to do videos for YouTube because I have to invest a lot of time in it just for personal reasons as far as I like doing a good job with the videos. But they do take a long time. So I thought maybe a live stream option on some kind of regular basis would be fun for you, the viewers, and then also give chances to interact with the viewers and interact with other content creators that are in the prepping world. So what I'm hoping to focus with this is just have it be mainly Q&A, a lot of interaction with the chat room, and then also have some interviews. So I'm currently set up with OBS, and I have some lights and various cameras here. Hopefully it's all working correctly. Looks like we have Maria joining, Carol from Alabama. We have over Mark from the UK, Pedro, you could hear, over Deborah down in Southern Oregon. A lot of folks we have over in Boston. Yeah, so pretty cool. From Maryland, that's pretty crazy. I'm in here in the greater Seattle area in my home office. As you can see, it's a little cluttered. They have a lot of different projects going on. So in future live streams, I may have a nice fancy background, but for this first one, I just wanted to see if it actually worked. So this is actually where all the magic happens for my YouTube videos. So I have my tabletop section over in the back over there with the studio lights and have various things that I'm doing filming of. And then I have my Scrum board that you can see back there, and that has a list of all the various projects that I'm working on. Looks like there's probably about 20 sticky pads up there if you can actually see it. Let me switch to views. So yeah, there's my Scrum board over there. And that has a list of all the projects that I'm actively working on and the stuff that's in my backlog too. So cool. So I thought for this one, what I have planned is I thought we'd go right into some Q&A stuff. We'd go through the chat room, start responding to any questions that you have. And I have a couple interviews scheduled. I'm going to be calling in through Skype to City Prepping. I'm sure most of you guys know City Prepping. So we're going to talk to him about some of the stuff that he's working on. And we're also both doing a 90-day challenge right now. So we'll check in with him on that. And then I'm also going to be checking in with Bionic Madness, who's I just talked to him a little briefly. He has a little work emergency going on. We'll see if we can check in with him, but we've done some videos in the past too. What I'm hoping to do for this particular live stream is have it be an interactive thing where I could talk to content creators, but also give you, the viewers, who perhaps don't have a YouTube channel or any kind of other channel where you're actually showing your stuff, where we could just have a chance to talk with each other and do a live stream. As if you have Skype or Google Hangouts, we could do it that way too. Again, I'm running OBS. This is my first time doing it, so hopefully I actually do it correctly. All right, so let's see. How do you actually move this chat? Okay. All right, I'm going to go right up. Actually, I have a bunch of Q&A that people sent in earlier. Oops. Let me go back over to chat. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go right into the Q&A that I asked a few months back, and let's just go with that. So this is from Alejandro. This is, what apps do you recommend for EDC survival? Would you recommend to include a smartwatch with my EDC? Yes, I would recommend using a smartwatch with your EDC, especially if you have kids too. I think it'd be a good idea. I'm kind of like Big Brother with my kids and have tracking on. I let them borrow a phone. They don't have their own phones, but if they're out and about, or my son, I'll have a phone with him, and I have Life 360. I think Life 360 is a great one if you want to do family tracking. I also have I can't show you the phone directly, but I have all of my various EDC apps organized into various subfolders. And let's see which ones I have. Various first aid ones that I like. I really like a lot of the office ones. They're for prepping. There's a ConvertBee. There's a survival, the SES survival guide. There's a Knots 3D, a Compass one. I also have some home security ones for the home surveillance cameras. We use Brinks and Arlo and some other things. And then in addition to Nest products. And I don't know, I also have some first aid type stuff, blood pressure. Yeah, so I have a lot of EDC apps, and then I have some comm stuff with regard to like a repeater book and a scanner software. So those are the EDC apps I recommend. Let's go down through the comment section really quick. So, hey, this is from Sebastian. Hey, do you know about the case in Germany where a refugee? Yeah, I did hear about that. It was pretty horrible. How would you deal with that in an urban man scenario? Again, like my last video was on situational awareness. I think just kind of being aware of who's around you, and not, especially in an urban environment, not paying attention to that. But that was a pretty sad story. So, let's go. So excited. 6 minutes early. Blah, 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 the smartphone. Looks like everyone's just kind of saying hello right now. So it doesn't look like a lot of questions here. Oh man, wow, we have Afraid of the Dark all the way in Ireland. So hello. Maria, let's see. Did anyone inspire you to start prepping? Yeah, I did a video a couple weeks back on the people that inspired me to start prepping. I began prepping when I got engaged to my now wife, and I started freaking out a little bit about being like the provider of two people because I was the kind of the main breadwinner. And then when we had our first kid, then I got full on into prepping, and then I had to provide for a family at that point. So that's how I got started with prepping. And there's a lot of good YouTube channels that inspired me to get into it. Analytical Survival, Wandering Beast, Nut and Fancy, USNER Doc, and others. I have a video that goes into that. So that one's from Afraid of the Dark. Let's see. What is December 27th? I don't know. It's 2 days after Christmas. I don't know anything beyond that. Hello from Germany. Been watching for ages. Love your channel. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I'd like to go back to Germany. I haven't been there since 2007. Good afternoon, everyone. When are you going to see an updated Bob and new modules? Okay, so yeah, that Bob one has been going on for a while. I'm really sorry for how long it's been taking. The next modules that I'm working on they're not the most exciting ones. It's like the hygiene one and the personal one that I have. And then the main one that I'm going to be coming out with probably in Q3 of this year would be the comms module. And a lot of that's actually going to be it's based off of some of the stuff that I learned from the other YouTubers. For example, Survival Technor just came out with a really awesome video. I put a link to it yesterday, and it's along those lines as far as being a modular, fairly compact with some levels of redundancy. And so I'm hoping maybe Q4 if I could do the bug out bag, the final version that has the PDF and everything. That'd be really cool. A lot of international crowd. That's pretty awesome with my channel. It's not. I've tried to keep my channel fairly universal, so it's not specific to the U.S., even though I'm based in the U.S. I try to keep everything. I don't cover politics. I don't cover stuff that doesn't cross different countries and stuff like that. I want it to be a universal to appeal to a lot of people. So I'm really proud of the wide international audience that I have, which is pretty crazy. Help opened my first number 10 can of cheese powder. This is from Nojo. Cheese powder and biscuit mix. It's cellar horrible. Does the smell go away? Could not eat it. It was dented. Yeah, it sounds like something might have happened to that can because it shouldn't smell horrible like that. What's your best med kits? Well, my med kits, a lot of mine have been inspired. Let's see, that question was by Mark Jeffers. So my med kits are inspired by the stuff that I've learned from the Mountain RN up in Canada. You've seen him on my channel. And then also from USNER Doc now with AMP3 medical kits. Actually, I'm doing a review of an AMP3 medical kit. And this is the Range Medic, and this is something that I'm looking at doing for some bug out bag projects. This is an awesome little medical kit, and I'll provide a link later that shows this one. But a lot of mine are inspired that way, and I try to go with a modular approach for my medical kits. What does BOB stand for? That stands for bug out bag. It's a 72-hour emergency backpack that you would take with you or you have available on hand in case of an emergency. So if there's an earthquake, if there's a tsunami, if there's whatever, rioting, or you just have to evacuate. It's an evacuation kit that's supposed to last you, have enough supplies for 72 hours. Looks like a Travel Doc helped me out on that one. Have taken any look at Vertex bags. It's been a while since I've done the Vertex bags. I saw them at SHOT Show and talked with them. They have some cool stuff coming up. I use a Vertex messenger bag for my EDC bag. I need to do some more Vertex videos though. That'd be fun. I need to talk to them. Let's see. How do you prepare your kids? I talked about this with Rogue Preparedness. We had a collaborative video a couple weeks back, and we talked about kids preparedness. A lot of the kids stuff that you're doing for preparedness is more for morale based stuff. So kids aren't going to have a cooking compartment, for example. You're probably not even going to give them a fire one, or you're not going to give them a water purification, or unless you give them a straw, something like that. Most of the stuff that you're going to want for kids is more morale based, so stuff that'll keep them happy. It's a stressful situation, so maybe some toys, some entertainment items. They may also have some customized food needs, so they might not want to have MRE, for example, but they might want to have some kind of normal snacks so it'll feel like normal. So that's what I would focus on for kids, is the clothing, food, and then mostly morale entertainment items. So yeah, there's rapid fire ones there. I wanted to make sure I got to some of the other the questions that I had in the Q&A that people emailed in beforehand. So let's see. There was one that asked, let's see. It was asked, do you believe in conspiracy theories? And if so, which ones? And so I'm not going to go into specifics on which ones, but yeah, I don't even actually like the phrase conspiracy theory. I think it's kind of seen in a negative light. I think a lot of issues that come up with whatever, sometimes you have to be a little skeptical of it if it doesn't pass your sniff test, your smell test. And there's a lot of things that happen, I think, that doesn't pass my smell test, so I have to do research on it. I don't think there's anything negative with doing that. With regard to specific ones, I don't want to... I'm already having trouble getting my videos demonetized. So, I don't know if I'm going to go into too many specifics on that, but I'll email you privately on which ones that I'm the most into. But again, I don't really call them conspiracy theories. I just call them additional research needed. So. Let's see. Are you doing another EDC bag video? Not for a little bit. I have so many other projects. I want to get that Bob one finished. I just did the EDC messenger bag one fairly recently. That was back in the fall. So the Bob will come before another EDC one. Looks like we have, hi from Denmark. Hello, Michael from Denmark. Thank you for coming by. Awesome. Bob Urban. Bob stands for, hey, let's go away for the weekend last minute. Yeah, I think a Bob should be used. If you want to do a last minute camping trip or hiking trip, you should just be able to grab your Bob and go for 72 hours. I think that's perfectly the reasonable option, and it's probably helps justify the cost of it. So I totally am in agreement with that. So that was from Denise Drake. Let's see, Mark Jeffers. If you want any view from the UK, I'm an emergency nurse with extensive research and Yes, Mark, let's talk. Send me an email or a private message. Cash and small denominations. Yeah, I agree. Cash is king. Let's see. All my sisters, nieces, goddaughters have EDC bags with essentials thanks to you. That's really awesome and flattering. It's hard to sometimes think about like the impact that you have when you're filming like in the office like this on people all around the world that actually have been inspired in some way by the videos that I make and have done stuff for their own families. It's really, really cool. So thank you. What do you think about the Icon water purification 5-gallon cans? I don't know if I know the Icon water purification. I'd have to, Mike, you'd have to send me more information on that one. You are a great role model, especially the way that you make your kits and the way you include your family in prepping. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Ferry. I really appreciate it. I try to keep prepping. So much of prepping gets mocked, especially in the media, as far as doomsday preppers and things like that. It's kind of frustrating. I think prepping should be a real practical thing, and so I try to set the example as far as keeping it level-headed, keeping it practical, having it being a family thing and a responsible thing that everyone should do. So just like they have car insurance or homeowners insurance or medical insurance or you name it, you should have some kind of prepping insurance, and hopefully you never have to use it. So I try to keep stuff grounded and not go too extreme. There's a lot of other great channels that are able to go extreme into certain areas, whether it be weapons or something like that. But I try to keep mine fairly grounded to help bring in new people into prepping, and then they could expand their horizon once they get into the prepping world. But I guess I'm the gateway drug for prepping. Hi from me eating chicken. Yes, well, yeah, I like chicken too. What do you think of 3D printing and prepping? I have a small 3D print business. I found it very useful. On my last Altoids video, I almost had some 3D printed compartments in there, but I wasn't able to fine tune it enough. So I think in the future one, probably 5.0, you're probably going to see some 3D printing in there. I think there's a lot of cool possibilities. It'd be fun to talk with you about that. That looks like that's from Kick. Kick's a long time subscriber. Dutch Bike, a long time ago, before you had 100,000 subs, you said when you are reaching 200, your wife will appear in a video. Does that still stand? I could ask her about that. She's very hesitant on appearing on videos. Everyone thinks that Tactical Temptress is my wife. She's not my wife. She's my wife's the maid of honor at our wedding, and she likes being in videos and she likes doing public speaking and stuff. So, and I wanted to have a female perspective in a lot of the videos that I had. My wife, we'll see if she ever appears on video. She likes to remain private. It's sad. UP 90% of this chat won't survive. Too many smartphone users. Well, yeah, there's on my last video you saw there's, I think a lot of people in the chat probably will, but a lot of people out there maybe not in an extreme scenario because they're not really thinking about this kind of thing. I find that most people in your day-to-day life aren't thinking about prepping in emergencies and survival situations. Man, I'm trying to keep up with the rapid fire. So let's see, how are we doing on time? Oh, it's already 12:25. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to try calling in with city prepping. So I'll just continue going through the chat room and we'll talk about some stuff. Is your new Bob a lightweight one? Mine was 17 kilos, too much weight for an emergency. Now I want to bring it about 10 kilos. What are your thoughts on the maximum ideal weight for a Bob? I think the absolute maximum should be 20% of your body weight. Preferably, I think it should be 10 to 15% of your body weight. So if you weigh 100 pounds, for example, it'd be nice if it just weighed about 10 pounds, maybe 15 pounds. It shouldn't weigh 20 pounds. So that's just a little bit of math there. So I try to keep it between 10 to 15. Probably around 15% is probably a good sweet spot. Depends how lightweight and mobile you want to be. For me, because I'm a family prepper, I'm kind of the family Sherpa as well, so mine's a little bit heavier. Right now, it's right. I'm trying to keep it less than 40 pounds. I like to get it to 35, but we'll see. Hi, YouTube. Thanks for asking, Hercliffe. Yeah, I definitely will. White Law, what is your favorite piece of EDC gear? Oh, geez. Well, I mean, the common one is your smartphone because you're using it all the time. But as far as like the actual... I call those my tier 1 items, so wallet, smartphone, keys, and things like that, watch. Those are tier 1 items. As far as tier 2 items, I think the one I use the most is probably my multi-tool. I actually use it more than the utility blade on it. I use it more than the actual pocket knife. So I find that's the one that I use the most, and then I'm a flashlight junkie, so I'm always doing flashlights. Hi, City Prepper. Pounds equals pain if you're going for any distance. That's true. I used to do Bob walks where I'd go for 24 hours carrying my bug out bag, and it is grueling. But when you see the military people, I mean, what they're able to carry, and firefighters, I mean, they're able to carry stuff for a long ways. But yeah, ideally, it's good to have it as lightweight as possible. Old school too. Let's see what's favorite. I think I got everything so far. Let's see, what's some of the projects that I'm working on? I have a lot, as you see, the Scrum board again in the back over here. There's a lot of different tasks that I'm working on, active projects, and they take a long time for me to film. I just posted something on Instagram with Mira Safety. They have like a family hazmat suit line, and I'm doing a video on that. I'm also doing one on a kind of a pandemic containment room. That's a real fun one. Tactical Tempters is going to be featured on that one. We've been working on that. That should hopefully be done by Saturday. Okay, looks like the chat room's slowing down a little bit. What else am I working on? I have been doing this one is actually, it's a fire extinguisher. Back in 2016, I did a fire extinguisher for your vehicle one. This is a very high, this one's made by Halgard. It's a clean fire extinguisher, so it's not going to ruin your engine like a lot of the other ones will. Which they're effective, they'll put out the fire, but it's as far as cleaning up the mess afterwards, it's kind of a big deal. So you probably have to buy a new engine. With this, it's expensive, but it's meant to be a clean fire retardant for car fires. So I'm doing a review on that. You should be expecting that one fairly shortly. I mentioned about the AMP3 medical kit for the range medic. I'm also doing I'm playing around with these GoTenna mesh systems, which are pretty cool. It's basically like they could act as a little repeater, or you have a bunch of different nodes. The first generation I wasn't as into on that one, and I think a lot of the prepping community probably wasn't as either, but this whole mesh concept is kind of cool, especially in an urban environment. I've been doing a lot of testing in downtown Seattle with it, and I'm also so I have a few of them, and I'm having some of them be a node. So there's a solar panel in here, and I'm having this one is something where I just bought the solar panel and the battery, which has pass-through charging on it, and an always-on feature, which you kind of need if you want to have this be a node that could just be placed somewhere. So this could be up on your roof, or it could be on a telephone pole or something like that. And then you could basically use it for acting as a relay, or almost like a repeater for the ham guys. So where you have one of your GoTenna is over here, another one over here, and then you're able to send text messages to each other. And I liked it. I'm looking into it as an option because a lot of people that are not into prepping, maybe your family, aren't going to want to go get their ham technician's license, for example, but they know how to send a text message. And if they have this, they could be able to do it. The problem is it's short range, so line of sight. So I'm looking into ways that people are hacking and modding these little GoTennas with a solar panel, with an external battery, and they're able and boosting the antenna on it to get a little bit more range. So the higher that you go, the better. I'm also working on even having a drone go up and seeing what kind of range I get on it. So that's an ongoing video that I've been doing just to kind of test out. let's see, Charles. There's 100-watt panel choices. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I'd have to email you the ones that are good. Let's see, t-shirt designs. Yeah, I'm working on some more t-shirt designs. I have a graphic artist that's doing some stuff, and then I'm hopefully having a little shop because my wife wants me to put a little bit more effort into the YouTube stuff because I have it. I'm trying to balance it with my work and family stuff and other things, but it's also kind of a business too. You have to pay taxes for a lot of this stuff, so I should be putting a little bit more effort into it. So we're trying to go more with like the Altoids tins and the t-shirts and merch and stuff like that. Speaking about tactical, this is from G. Michael. Speaking about tactical temptress, when will she be in more videos? I'm trying to get my wife to the prepping side. I need her to see more female. She's going to be in the next video, and that's going to be it's going to be a fun one. I think you're going to enjoy. So tactical temptress will be there. Yeah, getting a ham license isn't that hard. Yeah, I agree. But like someone like my mom, who's 70 years old, she's not going to do it no matter what. So, and then, yeah, but I agree. Hello from Germany. How did you convince your partner that prepping is needed? It's still an ongoing. So I'm more of the prepper in the family. She just kind of tolerates my various activities on that, but she sees the kind of impact that I have for the stuff that I'm doing. Mesh networks was great for your groups. Yeah, I agree. I think it's more of a group. Mesh networking it's pretty fascinating. It's almost be like a off-grid internet someday if they keep expanding the technologies. Hopefully they kind of come with some kind of unified approach for it where other companies could be involved. Blah, blah, blah. So how about at this point, let's see if I could call City Prepping and we'll talk with him. Let's see if I could dial in there. We tried earlier and I think it worked. So we're going to give it a shot now. Last time the camera wasn't working, so he couldn't actually see me. Here we go. Hello, hello. Hey, is my camera working this time or not really? Okay.
Watch you if I really wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think the viewers could see you though. They could see the hat and the cool shirt and then the ring light and then the fan.
that's it.
So, yeah.
That's what matters.
Let me go in the chat room really quick and make sure people could actually see what's going on. So if for those of you in the chat room, if you could actually see City Prepping, let me know so that I know that this OBS is actually working correctly. Yeah, so I've been doing rapid fire chat room replies to various questions.
Yeah.
So I thought we could talk about the stuff that you're maybe some of the sneak peeks on some of the stuff you're working on now. And then we're both doing this 90-day fitness challenge. And I think we're both on the same diet. So I thought we could talk a little bit about that and then maybe take some questions from the chat room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So let's see. All is good. Okay. We can see you both now and you could hear us both. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Well, let's, I don't know. We could do I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you're a busy person.
Yeah, no worries.
But I thought maybe, 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you need, man. I'm here for you.
Cool. All right. So make sure you guys check out. You probably already you're already subscribed to City Prepping. That's a done deal. So, well, do you have any cool things that you could share with people as far as upcoming videos that might be of interest? I was kind of talking about some of the stuff I'm actively working on, but I'd be really curious to see maybe if there's any hints without spoiling too much.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's kind of more regional that I'm going to focus on right now over the next few months. Obviously, you've seen what's happening with the earthquakes out here recently. We had that big 7.1 not too far from us, and
yeah.
California, we're constantly being warned about the big one. And so a lot of people are all of a sudden like, oh gosh, I better get it together. And I've had friends actually reach out to me because they know I'm a prepper and they're like, what do I do? Where do I start?
Yeah.
Should I head for the hills? And they've got families and I'm like, okay, that's probably not your best approach. So I'm going to have to do some, videos on that coming up. The other big one for me is fire season. You visit my home and we live in what's called a high brush territory. It's where we're surrounded by all this brush. And so every year around August and September is when everything starts drying out after the summer just hits it. We don't have rain. So this year we had one of our biggest rain seasons on record. And so there was a lot of vegetation that grew. And as a result, we have a lot of dry fuel sitting around. Yeah. So I'm going to have to, begin to cut back and, share on videos on how to prepare for fire season. Because where I live, everybody's on pins and needles. And so my wife, she's not, I was listening to you talk about your wife not being, necessarily a prepper. My wife's kind of the same way. She sees the value in it, but she's really excited now or interested in getting kits and other things ready. So if we have to, if there's a mandatory evacuation, we can go out the door.
Yeah. But Let's see in the comment section. Okay, everyone could hear you there. Yeah, we got the split screen. Looks like Canadian Prepper dropped by. He says,
Oh, wow.
"Hey, TUP." So
We're
we
so
have to
lucky.
talk with him. We have to talk with him next. So yeah, we're both along the Cascadia subduction zone. So and I've done some stuff earthquaking in the past for past videos. We recently moved into a new home, and so I'm having to redo a lot of the stuff that I did previously. What's some of the earthquake stuff that you're looking at for yours? Because we had a little shake up here, but nothing like what you had down there recently. So
I mean, the biggest thing is just the basics. I mean, if you know, having, food that's easy to cook. I'm actually talking to, and I told you this yesterday when we spoke, I'm talking to Potpourri.
yeah,
We've started the dialogue about doing simple meals to cook if there's a grid down situation. She's, amazing at cooking. We've got water. I've been, really going after that a lot. We have a 2,500 gallon tank at the top of our hill. So I'm staying on top of that to make sure that stays full. Getting food, primarily getting gear if we do have to evacuate our house. And in a perfect situation, I'd love to stay in the house. But this actually made national headline news. A couple of weeks ago, there was a house down the bottom of the hill from us. They had a simple gas leak. Well, I mean, simple. They called in the fire department, and the fire department got there, and they started shutting it off, and it blew up, and it killed the guy that was shutting it off. I drove by the house. I mean, it's like a wreckage war zone around it. Everything just, was blown up. So it's one of those things where you have to realize you may not have control over where you're going to be if there's an earthquake. You may have to run out really quickly.
yeah.
Just being mobile. I'm not the kind of person that's excited to say, let's run for the hills. But the reality is, this house may not be livable if it hits hard. So that's just that's on my mind. Just focus on mobility at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the stuff we were looking at our home as far as we ended up getting earthquake insurance, and it's kind of a little bit weird because you have to kind of have a large nest egg because you have to pay for a percentage if the home were to be damaged through an earthquake. But we were looking into some earthquake retrofitting, and as far as basically staking the house into the
foundation,
really deep,
right
into the ground, so it doesn't slide down the hill or something like
that. Yeah, what year was your
that's
house built?
It's a really old house. It says 1920, but we think it was a little bit earlier than that. It was like one of the first houses in this neighborhood that we're in. So
yeah, they've got so many codes out here in Southern California. Our house is fortunately it's pretty new, 2001, and I think in '88 is when they had the big change in their the codes in California. So we're strapped to the foundation, and I mean it's about as as good as it's going to be. But I do need to look into earthquake insurance. Thanks for the reminder. I'll shoot myself an email. I know it's not going to be cheap, but it'll be a whole lot cheaper than losing your house.
Yeah, we pay for it monthly, but you also kind of have say if your house was in an earthquake and it got totally demolished, it's not like they're going to just replace it right off the bat. You have to kind of pay for a portion of it, but you don't have to pay for all of it. So
okay,
that's like the whole. That's at least the one that we had. I'm sure in the chat room someone probably knows a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Let me. We were talking a little bit about the fire stuff. Let me do a quick little rapid fire questions in the chat room that people have coming. Let's see. Hi, City Prepping. It says still no battery bank. This is for. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe inside. Yes, simple cooking items is always a good thing. Starting in a bug out bag. Here in the Philippines, there's the big one earthquake. So yeah, everyone's talking about that. Huge fan of CP.
Yeah, Charles Baggett. He said fire break on property line, 150 well. Yeah, that's a big thing I got to work on. Is I'm constantly clearing around the property. You just don't want anything within 100 feet. Yeah. The problem is a lot of times embers and branches can blow onto your house, so we have to make sure that there's no points at which fire can land on the house and get in.
Do you remember when we were over at SHOT Show this past year? We all went out to dinner with VanQuest, right? Mm-hmm. And do you remember what's that guy's name? He was building a house, I think, over in either in the Portland or Vancouver, Washington area. And he's kind of a consultant that VanQuest uses. I'm spacing on his name right now, but he was talking about having a roof sprinkler system for fires. So where if a fire is approaching your house, you have this almost like a sprinkler system that you'd have in your yard, but it's designed to be on your house to prevent fires from. So that was.
I don't remember his name. Really I think we were so wasted that night. VanQuest took care of us. They really wanted us to promote that gear, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did. They wined and dined us.
They wined and dined us.
But it did get right to our hearts, though.
It did. It worked. No, that's a good point. A lot of people out here in our area are doing that now. They're starting to retrofit that exact thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
How about, let's see, could we talk a little bit about, we were both doing the 90-day survival fitness challenge, and that was something that Drop Forge Survival kind of set up, and there's some other preppers channels, Rogue Preparedness and others that are doing it as well. How is your diet going, and how's your fitness going?
Yeah, diet is, I just officially started Monday. I'm the kind of person I have to do a lot of research and understand every single element before I commit to something. And so it took a couple of weeks. I studied the keto diet. Chris Thorne over at Drop Sport Survival, we talked on Facebook, and he gave me a bunch of tips on how he started. So I took the material. I did the typical thing. I studied it for a long time. I went to Costco last Sunday, loaded up, and I started Monday. Monday was horrible, because you're switching your body off a carb-based approach. Yesterday was better. Today I'm a little hungry, but overall it's starting to come together. My biggest challenge is keeping the calories down, because, I'm able to get the macros correctly, but I'm just having to get the calories down. So it's good. Working out, I work out all the time. I jog. I lift weights, but I've had a real challenge over the last several years being working behind a computer desk all day, a sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah.
Keeping, you can work out as much as you want, but if your calorie intake is not right, you're just not going to lose it. So it's going good.
How many calories are you going for then?
Yeah, I'm shooting for 1,500, 1,550.
Oh yeah, I'd be getting weak on that too.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so I've been doing the challenge too since the 15th of July, and I kind of started a few days early because I knew I was going to break it, which I did. But so then I've been doing the keto diet, and then I had the surgery on my knee, so I've been under a little recovery period, so I haven't been able to do as much for exercise purposes because I'm trying to learn how to walk again correctly and bend my knee. That was for the torn meniscus, which you're also thinking about doing yourself. So
yeah, maybe
I'll do a PDF document on after it's all done to see if it's worthwhile to do.
I know you will.
For the how are you liking the keto diet? Because there's a lot of different diet fads out there. It's kind of like Atkins 2.0.
Right.
And then some people well, you should go vegan, and I tell them, well, I only eat vegan animals.
I'm sorry, I love animals. I love eating keto. I had that too, but no, my mom, she was on Atkins, and I think she has been for the last nearly 20 years, and everybody in my family, my sister, myself, my mom, we all hypoglycemic. We're very, very sensitive to sugars. It's kind of almost like pre-diabetes. So I've enjoyed it from the perspective of clarity. I'm not, having the insulin spikes, the highs, the lows. It's the thing that's been challenging is just, trying to not always be hungry. I know when you're supposed to eat all this fat, you're supposed to stay satiated, but because I have a low, I've dropped the calories down so low, it's hard not to be hungry. So the trick I found yesterday that seems to be working is just load up on huge salads, and just stuff yourself with greens. And that kind of helps, keep the hunger pains down. That's what's worked so far.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I think the lunchtime large salads with balsamic vinegar and olive oil and not a whole bunch else is kind of what helps keep me filled up. So yeah, cool. Let's see. Maybe we could do a couple little questions that people have, and then we could. I'll let you get going back to work because I don't want to get a bill in the mail from City Prepping.
I'll give you my discount rate.
Let's see. Did your daughter choose her new name? She's still deciding that this is a me question. Baby Prepper is either going by Princess Prepper, Little Miss Prepper, or what was the third one? Sunshine Prepper. We're trying to figure that out. Maybe in the comment section they could go. Let's see. This Pat says keto diet is good. Good. Vegan animals are the best. Yeah, I agree. I don't eat any carnivore animals like lions or anything. Let's see. Go carnivore. Yes. Let's see. I'm not seeing too many other things. Let's see. You should put together a live stream of multiple YouTube preppers. It would be great to see the mind melt live. I definitely agree. We've been talking about that for the past several months, I think, right?
Yeah, it's talking to getting Nate, a Canadian prepper, try to get him to come down, and I know he just got through doing his videos with Survival Lily, which is awesome.
Those were awesome. Yeah, those were
awesome.
Yeah,
they were. That's really cool.
That's like a dynamic duo.
Absolutely.
Nate's one of the few preppers that doesn't have to do a keto diet because he's
oh my god,
he's chiseled like a Greek god.
Yeah, yeah. I always feel bad when I look at that guy. I'm like, oh man, I suck. But
yeah, I definitely rock the dad bod, but it's
cool.
It's cool now.
It is. It's in style.
Yeah, well, cool. Well, this is a trial run of the live stream. I think people are liking it. If so, yeah, thanks again. Thanks a bunch for taking the time, and we'll be talking offline, I'm sure,
Yeah.
on stuff. So again, everyone, say special thanks to City Prepping for dropping by during the work day, and I'll let you get going now, and I'll expect the bill in the mail at any time.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'll hit you up soon. Let's talk more.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
All right. Take care.
Bye. All right. Am I still live? I'm still live. Okay, good. I didn't drop everything. Let's go back to the chat window over here. Let's see what's going on. That was pretty cool. We had City Prepping call in. Let's see. I was going to be contacting Bionic Madness, who's down in Portland, in a little bit. Let's go through a couple of the items in the comment section. I'm not sure who's all still here. Let's see. Preparedness veteran. I noticed his sleeping bags hung up in the background. Great idea. Yeah, I noticed that too. I went and visited him back in early December of last year, and I actually crashed on his futon that's in the back there. And yeah, he has the sleeping bags hung up, which is great. So I have mine hung up in the garage, but his are better displayed. They probably smell better too. How is the knee, by the way? As a nurse with orthopedic unit, I'm curious. So Sean, the knee is doing physical therapy, going up a couple times a week. I'm seeing the surgeon on Friday to see how it's going. It's a slow recovery. I'm off of the crutches for the most part, unless I have to walk a great distance. I had a knee block, so basically that humongous shot, and that's the main thing that hurts because it's completely bruised up. So I have a huge bruise about that large on it. So, but that's what's going on with that. City Prepping, yes, that was fun. Let's do this again. Mr. Morris, trial run of live stream is outstanding. Thank you, Mr. Morris. Yeah, we need to talk too. So let's get something going. How's the knee? Live from the UK. Interesting chat. Thank you. James Sticker, awesome. Denny Strick, would you agree? We think our Bob food should be more snacking instead of cooking meals because of the nature of a Bob situation. Yeah, so in my bug out bag, how I have it is the first 24 hours are snack items. I don't want to do any kind of cooking or anything like that. I think if you're talking about evacuation, that I think a lot of it, you're not going to spend a bunch of time trying to put a cooking stove together and stuff. You probably just want to grab some Cliff Bars or some kind of snacks and stuff just to keep you on the move, and you could probably run a little bit on adrenaline. It's those 48 to 72 hours that you might want to have more of a meal. So yeah, I totally agree. First day should be snack items, if not the full 72 hours. I think you could totally go with snacks. This is something that Mike Long, yes, we see you, both of you. Okay, cool. Tony Chard, great sense of humor. Thank you. Fernandez Federer's got a video to watch after the stream of your channel. The Godfather of Prepping. Is that me, or is that, I don't know who the Godfather of Prepping is. I always thought that Nut and Fancy's kind of the godfather of like a lot of these type of things. We should all be giving him a 5% cut of our whatever we make, kind of like a Don Corleone of YouTube. It'd be interesting to have Dave Kent. Yeah, that would be interesting. I met him once at SHOT Show. That'd be sweet. Yes, a great live stream. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Roger that. What are the 3D printers you plan on including in your kit? Yeah, it was more for the kit. It's more for the modules for the Altoids tin. So some stuff for that to make it a little bit more customized. On the road meals, keep it simple and easy. I totally agree. I'm kind of going a lot more now back to the MRE approach for it to keep it simple, where I don't have to boil a bunch of water. Mr. Morris, email sent via Proto weeks ago. Let's link. Yeah, we need to link up. I'm sorry, Mr. Morris. So it's been kind of crazy at work because I've been working. I actually have some days off from work, so I was doing a lot of work to get ready for that. Would an MRE for the first 72 hours be a good idea? Yeah, I totally agree. I think even better, not a better idea, but I think MREs for days 2 and 3 would be good, and then day 1 maybe you could just do more of snacks. So like the tack bar, for example, or actually probably don't want to go tack bar right away, maybe later, but more snack type stuff that you could eat on the go without having to even heat up anything. But MREs I think are pretty awesome. Fancy doing a video together about preppers with disabilities. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I should put that on my notes. I'm going to save that. So yeah, Mark Jeffers. Hello, Urban Preppers. First live stream for me. Actually, me too. Should definitely do a prepper panel. Also, how do I reach out to you for product review? My product is the #1 luxury item on Apocalypse toilet paper. You could send something to tupgotpreps@hotmail.com. Send it there, and I'll take a look at it. Yes, MREs. Don't be Fredo. No, don't be Fredo. Please don't. I usually carry a couple of MREs in my get home bag. Yeah, I think that's an awesome approach. And then you could just worry about boiling water and stuff and not really about cooking food. These group hugs are valuable for all. Nice one. Yeah, I agree. Group hugs are nice. So again, the plan for this is I'd like to be able to do this to answer a lot of questions, to talk about some of the stuff that's going on. Maybe we could even do some browsing of certain topics. If someone had something, hey, did you check this out? And we could go look on it on the browser. But I also wanted this live stream to be something where I could have an interaction discussion with the YouTube audience or Facebook audience or Twitter, the preparedness community, where I could talk to people that aren't normally, they're not making videos themselves, but they're preppers nonetheless, and they have a lot of good ideas. So if you're interested in appearing in a future live stream, why don't you send me a message or get in contact with me? There's various ways of doing it, and we'll see if we could plan out. I'm thinking of trying to do this like an hour-long segment where we have maybe 2 to 3 guests per segment where we talk for about 10 minutes. And I would really like to not only have it be just other YouTubers, I'd love to have Canadian Prepper and a lot of those ones that we're talking, Dave Canterbury would be really cool. But I also want to talk to people that aren't making YouTube videos but are preppers and talk about the projects that they're working on, help give them exposure and have bounce ideas around. I think that's one of the great things for me for posting on YouTube and doing preparedness stuff is the collaboration that gets involved with it. So let's do a couple more questions, then let's call Bionic Madness really quick. Let's see. Any idea when the next EDC module video will be coming? I'm trying to wrap up some other ones. As you can see in the background over here, I have a Scrum board, and none of them are EDC related except for some particular reviews. So as far as the new module, I wouldn't expect that until maybe Q4 maybe of this year. When I first started watching prep videos, one of the things I did was download your survival cheat sheet. Great. That's awesome. Yeah. I have a new version of the survival cheat sheet coming out pretty soon. I'm working with the graphic designer. We're going to make, right now it's on 11 by 14, which is a legal size paper. A lot of requests came in. They want it on letter size paper. So we're going to be converting it over to letter size and having a few different download options. So stay tuned for that one. The graphic designer is going to be working on it fairly shortly. He's been pretty busy with Comic-Con and stuff like that. UP just in prepping live stream. Just in prepping live stream. Yeah. I kind of like this live stream. It's kind of cool. This is amazing. A lot of other type of video creators do live streams, create good bond, not only with YouTubers, but audience and each other. Yeah. I agree. I'd see a lot of like political channels doing this kind of thing. I'd see other type of topics, maybe gun channels and stuff like that. But there's not a lot of just on prepping type stuff. So if you guys like this, let me know and I'll keep doing it. And we'll try to figure out a rotation. Would you like to have this be a once a month thing? Would you like it to be a weekly thing? What would be a good cadence for that? For me, it's not that hard for me to do a live stream. It takes about an hour's time. Versus the normal videos that take about 24 hours to make. So I think it'd be kind of a good buffer so I could have my main videos and then in between that have the live streams come out. Love the modules. Me too. Let's take a little bit of time, but let's call Bionic Madness. You guys remember that I worked with Bionic Madness and we worked on some PDF download things. And so we're going to call him right now. Let's see if I can dial him in. I'm calling through Skype. Do we have Bionic Madness live? We do. I still don't see you. There, I see you. Let's see if I can. Okay. Not yet. Let's see. I still see you city prepping on this. What? You're not city prepping. What's going on here? Let me see if I. Oh, I got to switch the source really quick. 1 second. That's what's going on. Oops. There we go. Let me switch this to Bionic Madness. Press OK. Does that work?
And
there we go. All right, you are live.
I'm live. I'm not seeing you though.
Yeah, we have to work out that kink. Okay. Couldn't see me either. So you're just gonna have to imagine what's going on. I am wearing glasses and a Kangol hat.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Did you get a Kangol?
There we go.
There. Now we're going. I was thinking that'd be probably good.
Not a plug. Sorry. Yeah. Not a plug, but there we go. Gum.
Good. Yeah, last time.
Should I do it?
I think that's kind of your staple, kind of like Hannibal.
I don't want it to be my staple, but you know what? We're gonna do it.
Yeah. So we were talking that maybe I should start giving merch out of Kangol hats, so everyone, all the urban preppers out there could have the Kangol hats. So let's see.
Oh, man.
Well, so Bionic Madness has been very instrumental. I could say your first name, right? I just can't say.
Yeah, you can call me Bernie. That's fine.
Otherwise known as Bernie by his mother and family, but we call him Bionic Madness here on the YouTube community. But he's been very helpful for so many behind the scenes on a lot of the projects that I've been working on lately. We had the videos that came out earlier, which we filmed that in January, and so we need to get together again and create a new batch of videos. We already have some stuff planned. So I thought maybe we could just do some rapid fire. Okay, here's some comments coming in. And we could just talk about it and talk about some of that.
Turn off the light. It's
Yeah, your head is very shiny. But you have a award-winning mustache, though. I see. So.
Oh, well, thank you.
Like you have Wyatt Earp, and then you have Doc Holliday, and then you have Bionic Madness as far as mustaches go. Yes. So you're right up there, top 3. Okay, let's see what some of the comments are saying. Agreed.
Well, so first thing I got to say, though, is we're doing it. We're live.
It took a lot of a lot of testing that went on behind the scenes to actually get this to work correctly. So.
Oh man.
Cool. Yes.
This is fantastic.
How about before we go to the chat room? What's some of the prepping stuff that you're working on now? I know you just moved, and so you're getting the house.
Yeah.
So that's like a big undertaking.
Not to get too personal, but basically we sold our house, we moved into an apartment, and then we're building a house. But the hard part is, like, how do you prep whenever you move, right? And so, whenever we were moving, I specifically left most of my preps in like specific containers, so I knew I could easily get to them whenever I needed to. And then same thing, like instead of an actual, backpack, I actually have things in suitcases right now, because just because of limited space. I mean, we really had to cram down our space. So I'm going to say that my projects have been put on hold. But I was just more of an awareness of where that stuff is located in case of an emergency. So
I mean, because I've been working on the modules that we have in the garage based off of the various categories of preparedness things. You just mentioned the suitcase idea. I wish I could find suitcases in bulk that were affordable and I could color coordinate them, and so it'd be quick grab and go for when you have to move or bug out. I think a suitcase would be awesome. Actually, that's a
and for a lot of my emergency stuff, usually I have a bag that I keep next to the bed, so for that big earthquake that we're supposed to get, I can easily get to it, right? But right now it's in a carry-on bag, which it actually works out great. It's got a little bit of structure to it, and so
I'm actually making the switch to some carry-on bags too for like my office, like they call it like a EPK, so emergency preparedness kit. They don't like using bug out bags in office terms, but I'm using a carry-on suitcase for that. I think it looks a little bit more normal. It blends in. It's not some big multi like a camo looking bag, camouflage.
For all they know, it's clothes.
Yeah, all they think is I have a
you just got off an airplane.
Business trip coming up. All right, let's take some questions. Let's see. Let's just kind of read what's going on in the comment section. I think you're able to see the comments too, right? But through your phone or.
You know what? I might be able to. No. But I tell you what I can do is I can switch to.
Okay, here, let's go. I
can switch to the live stream.
I love the personal emergency folder setup. So thank you, Tony. That was done.
Oh, thank you.
Biotic Madness.
That was a lot of effort. That was a big collaboration that we did.
So many of these videos, it takes a lot of work to do a video, even like a simple one. And that one in particular took hours of work and talking back and forth. We probably talked a dozen times just on that one.
Yeah.
So it's
and that thing went through so many.
You did so much. I mean,
evolutions.
I'm sure your wife probably hates me. That urban prepper guy has you doing PDFs again.
I don't know. It's either that or she loves you for keeping me out of trouble.
Hopefully. So let's see. It's always funny when you put so much effort into a video, and then you have some of my trolls that thought this video sucks. Wait, free PDFs? I hate this. Thumbs down.
Oh man,
this is amazing. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, the effort that you put in, to all of these videos. I mean, I know it takes a long time, and I don't think a lot of people realize, what it takes to put in the quality of video that you do. Yeah, so I know I really appreciate it, and I think that others should as well.
Yeah, well, thank you. It does take a lot of work, but it's fun for me. It's a fun creative outlet, and it's fun interacting with. And we met through a giveaway contest. I was giving away a flashlight. I got your address, and then we got to talking, did some emails, and now we're doing a live stream together. And you've been integral in a lot of videos for this past year, which is pretty cool.
And I still every day
There we
carry it.
go.
It's right
There we
here.
go. The Olight. Awesome. I think mine's right over here too. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Although I lost my clip on it.
That's almost like a challenge coin,
Yeah.
right? It's like, okay,
We
empty
should
your
do-
pockets.
yeah,
What
we
do you
should
got?
EDC checks on a live stream. We'll do that for the next video. We'll just call in
There
random
we go.
subscribers. All right, EDC check live stream.
Yep, EDC check. I like
Let's
it.
see. Greetings from Finland. Hello from Finland.
Hey,
When I first
Finland.
started watching prep videos, one of the first things I did was download your survival cheat. Yeah, oh wait, I saw that. So, yes, awesome. Let's see. It's hard to see the scroll bar here. Yep, just seeing prepping live stream. Love the modules, Mr. Morris. Let's see. Looks like a giant single handcuff in the background. I'm not sure where that's at. Is that my background or?
It can't be my
That must have
background.
been City Preppings. Yeah, he had one of the ring lights there.
Oh.
I love the personal emergency folder setup. Let's see. Hey, chats. Where are you guys watching from? Watching from Southern California. Hello, Thompson from Southern California. Watch out for the Cascadia subduction zone. Let's see. Sorry, Urban, for the typo checkout. Okay, the courier. Yeah, I got it. I'm going to have to go through a lot of these afterwards. It's hard to do it in real time.
It's almost like we need a moderator.
Yeah, we need a moderator. Have you guys
Just
gotten
a-
involved in emergency organizations like Red Cross, etc., so that you are in the know during emergencies? Are you involved in the Red Cross or anything else like that?
No, but I am involved with the Beaverton because I actually live in Beaverton, so I'm involved with the CERT team, which is the Community Emergency Response Team.
Okay.
And then, one thing that I really gotta stress is, you take these classes, right, and then you get certified. And the problem is it's a perishable training. If you don't constantly do it, you forget it. And that really came to light the last time I went to training. We went over triage, and I got to thinking, it's like, I totally forgot about this. This is something that is to revisit more than once. And I'm not a nurse. I'm not. It's where you're around it all the time. So retraining is definitely very important.
Yeah, especially like for medical, I do retraining for CPR stuff and for first aid training, and I'm involved a little bit at work. Although I try to stay on the low key. No one knows about my YouTube channel for the different organizations that I'm in. But yeah, I try to be. I'm not involved in Red Cross or anything, but I like going to a lot of their. Sometimes they have outdoor conventions and stuff. Let's see. This was from Pat Hopkins. Backpacks and Wally World Blue. Gray tubs for moving make it simple and easy. Yeah, that's good. I like color coding my stuff a little bit, but let's see. If you want to do threat assessments, I recommend Forward Observer. This is from Thompson 45. He uses his experiences as military intel to give you knowledge on how to prepare, check them out. Yeah, I will. Thank you, Thompson.
Okay.
Should have a Preppers Power Outage Challenge. We talked about something like that, didn't we? We
did.
So that would be fun, where you could do a 72-hour Preppers Outage Challenge. So after I finish this 90-day fitness
that's taking
challenge,
the food challenge to the next level.
Yeah, we're going to raise the bar, go up. Let's see. We got Gerarda, Joe. Jeez. Watching from Switzerland. Let's see. Pat Hawkins. Yes, sir. A great training. Yes. Yo up. That's from Jim Tanker. Jim Tanker's been awesome. Geez, I feel like we're pen pals for several years. Mr. Morris, CERT is what everyone in the city needs. I agree. You were right, Mr. Morris, and we will be getting together. Let's see. I used to be in the Bay Area.
Hey, there is a comment there from Jim Tanker.
Yeah.
And he mentions that there's a lot of independent study courses on the FEMA site.
Yeah.
And I've taken several of them, and I highly, highly recommend them. You're going to find that those processes and procedures, they change quite a bit, but they're really good about updating those procedures.
Yeah.
So even if you're out of the country, because I noticed that, was it Mark Jeffers had mentioned that, he's got their version of CERT over in the UK.
Yeah.
But, even though it's, the FEMA and certifications are mostly based for US, I mean, it could translate into international use. So definitely, if you get a chance, look them over.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, very cool. Let's see. Man, it's hard keeping up with all these the
I know.
real-time chats. It's hard enough for me to just do normal comments. I have a Kid Prepper. He's over here looking at doing a cameo appearance on the live stream.
I'll bring him on.
So he keeps coming in the door. I think Okay, I have a question about water filtration. The water source closest to me has a history of industrial pollution, but is significantly cleaner now. Any way to check filtered mercury? To check filtered mercury heavy. Yeah.
Ooh.
So what I've done in the past is there's water testing businesses, and we have a local one where you basically bring like a plastic tub of some of the sample water, and then they do a diagnostic of it to say everything that's in it. And so it costs about $40, at least the one that I did locally. That's something that I've done. I don't know if that helps out. Let's see. This is Mr. New York Defiant. I think I really need this talk on a weekly basis. Make it so, Urban Prepper, and I'm from NYC and get a lot of your videos. I might be able to do a weekly one. I have to talk to my wife first, make sure I could block out an hour of time, but it's not that much effort for me to do a live stream. So I kind of like where you're going, New York Defiant. Let's see any other ones.
Yeah.
Yes, those online
fun.
training are great resources, and you have already bought it. Yep. Pat, you're right on that. Let's see. Thumbs up. Also, the RDPC is a go for. Yeah, there's a lot of great online stuff. You could do a lot through YouTube, but I think in-person training, anytime you can get an opportunity, oftentimes they're free, and it's good to go to. So, Professor Noodles, thanks. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if you're not going to be able to hear him. Kid Prepper wants to say hello. Maybe we don't need to put those out. Okay, so. Kid Prepper was he was trying to bring a box of unicorns in here for the live stream for however many people. So that didn't make the cut. That was the Gong Show. He got last night when I was testing it. Baby Prepper, who's now going to be known as either Little Miss Prepper, Sunshine Prepper, or
I vote Sunshine Prepper.
Or Princess Prepper. We're letting her make the final decision. I was testing out the live stream, and we've been working on some potty training things for school, and she totally streaked the live stream. I'm horrified if she does that on here. So the door's locked; they can't get in here. But I was concerned about that. That's why I was looking over there, because she's been known to do that. So anyway, she's working on her potty training. All right, Professor knows a carbon filter is used to filter out. Yeah. I would recommend the one by what's the one? The modular one. Canadian Prepper did a good review of it. So the
Grail?
Lenovo, it starts with an M. Why am I spacing on it? My gosh, that's why I need to be a little bit better prepared for this. There's the modular one. I'll try to put a link in it. I'm sure someone in the comment section will get it. Everyone likes Sunshine Prepper so far. I really love your approach to prepping you up. That's me. It's very organized. Well, thank you, Alan. I try to stay organized, but you can see the office. Let me switch over really quick. It's not organized as much as a lot of the videos are. Usually I thrive in organized chaos, so it has to be in chaos first, and then I put it down into some kind of organization thing. That's kind of how I've been going. Let's see. Let's go with this again.
That's almost like if an earthquake hits. Well, at least you still know where everything's kind of at.
Yeah.
So
My desk. If you see the part of the desk, there's a lot of stuff on here. It's a bunch of gear and things like that. So I think Kid Prepper wants to say hello really quick. I'm going to switch over to primary view. You have to talk to the camera. So what do you want to say?
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of people watching now.
Wait, how many?
I don't know how many. If I haven't been looking. So 100 million is what I'm talking to. Bionic Mendes. You don't know. You never met him before. Kid Prepper and I did some filming last night for Mira Safety. We've been testing out some hazmat gear, and he has a mask. I put it on the Instagram channel, and we're kind of going. We recently watched the HBO show. He didn't watch it, but my wife and I watched it for Chernobyl, and so we kind of went with a Chernobyl theme. But I think we're going to go out later again tonight, maybe, to film some more.
Daddy.
He wants his allowance now based off of YouTube filming, so he's like a paid actor. He's going big time.
Daddy, look. Yo, Tobe, I think I'm saying that right. So the Wonder
says YouTube.
Woman.
Yeah, they saw Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. Yes, a lot of people think I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. It's more that I'm a Linda Carter fan. But she was awesome in Wonder Woman. So let's see. Hi, Kid Prepper. Hi, Kid Prepper. Hi, Kid Prepper. A lot of cool shirt. Yeah, he sported his Star Wars shirt in the video that we did. Let's see. The gym tanker. Taking FEMA classes free with local or state EMAs is a good way to meet people you really want to know in an emergency. I agree. There's a lot. I thought there was a stigma for like FEMA on the YouTube, which I didn't think was good. They also, they're going to put you in a death camp or something. They have a lot of good information and a lot of courses and stuff I think would be good to do. So.
once you get an understanding of those processes, and how FEMA actually works. You know, you can, with that knowledge, you can help keep yourself away from, you know, those concerns. If you think if FEMA has got a FEMA camp or whatnot, then, you know, if anything, it's information that's going to help you understand their processes, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And how you can, you know, just be better prepared yourself. Knowledge is, you know, the most important prepping item. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's see some of the comments we have here. So we have
Daddy, I like this one from
the Denise Drake. The Force is strong with this one. That's true. He likes the Star Wars. But Kid Prepper is actually pure. He's never watched the prequels, so he doesn't know anything about midi-chlorians or anything like that. So
What's
he's
midi-chlorians?
Yeah, see, he has no idea what a midi-chlorian is. He doesn't know who Jar Jar Binks is. So
Yes, I do.
He's a pure Star Wars fan. Yeah, he kind of knows who he is, but he hasn't really watched this.
Guy.
He has a Lego Jar Jar. That's all he knows about him. So he's everyone likes Kid Prepper. Sure, when are you getting your own channel? Pretty soon. Yeah, again, now he says he wants to be a paid actor now on my channel. So it's
what does that
eventually
mean?
He's going to get too expensive where I can't afford him anymore. Yes, let's see. Chernobyl was excellent. Yeah, it was awesome. After Game of Thrones, we were going to cancel HBO because we were so upset with it. I don't know if you watched it, Bionic, but and then we saw Chernobyl and we were like hooked on it. So now we still have HBO. So will Kid Prepper start YouTubing as well? Yeah, he's going to be in not this next video, but the following one. Kid Prepper's going to be featured highly in it.
Daddy?
And he's getting too expensive for me now. He's big time.
Daddy, sometime can Gia be...
Yes, original trilogy for the win. Thank you for the input. Yeah, the Renovo MUV. That's right. Thank you. Sans Reese. That's it. That's what you should get. That's a really good one.
Can Baby Prepper be in it?
You need a Star Wars watch-a-thon. Yeah, he likes that. He watches the original Star Wars. That's what he's about, and he likes playing Battlefront. Let's see. Free gov classes are offline. Hint for us to get free training and learn survive because there's a good chance the government will be late. Yeah. Well, do you want to say any last things? Because I'm going to have to. I think we're about at the hour mark. So, do you want to say any last words to the YouTube audience?
I don't know.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Huh?
Yeah, make sure you hit the like button and the notification. I never do that in videos. I always feel like dirty doing that, but it's make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button so you get notified on all the videos, and like and share it with all of your family and friends, I don't know. I just feel like hopefully the video speaks for itself, and if you like it, then you'll subscribe and you'll share it.
I was going to say, hopefully the quality is there that people recognize.
But it is recommended for building your channel. Like if you want to build a YouTube channel, don't follow my approach for it because it's a slow and grueling approach. All right, so I'm going to wrap this one up. So,
okay.
All right. Special thanks for Kid Prepper for a little cameo appearance there. Cool. So I think let's see. We've talked with City Prepping. We've talked with Bionic Madness. We've done the chat room. We've talked about some upcoming projects. So I think what we're going to do now. So I think we're about ready to wrap it up. My voice is getting tired. Hopefully I'm not saying too many times. But guys, if you guys like having this live stream in this format, let me know in the chat room or in the comment section. Would you like to see this more often? Did you absolutely hate it? If you hated it, let me know. If you would like to see it once a month, let me know. If you'd like to see it once a week, let me know, and we could try to arrange that. I probably can't do it once a day because it's I don't. There's not. Yeah. So I think it would probably be a little bit too much for me. But if you guys like this approach, let me know kind of the frequency that you would like to have something like this. It would be fun to have it be an interactive thing. We have Bernie, aka Bionic Madness, and you don't really have a YouTube channel where you post videos, but you do a lot of prepping type stuff, right? So
yes.
So I'd like to have other people on here. We talked to Sunny yesterday, and I did a sample one. But there's a lot of preppers out there, and a lot of the best preppers they probably don't even have YouTube channels. We probably don't even have no idea who they are. And so I'd like to bring a lot of people in there to get ideas that they might not have the time to do a YouTube channel. So this person says, so much for being a paid actor. Hitting that like should be a reflex. Yes, I agree. If you watch YouTube and you don't know about the like and bell, then it's your problem. Yeah, I agree. Thumbs up, etc. It's big. Yeah. Cliff, I said a Bob pic. Yeah, Washington last. I did get your pics of the Bob, and it was awesome. It's such a good email that I need to spend time to respond to it correctly. So I wasn't ignoring it. I did get it, and it's awesome. And I was like, he sent me for Bernie. He sent me a picture of his Bob and all the various modules, and a lot of it was kind of influenced by some of the previous ones. So it was like really flattering. Love it. Want more of it. Once a week or every other week works for me. Veteran thumbs up once a month would be a great start. Yeah, I don't want to go too ambitious and then get burnt out on it, but I think I could probably do once a week or bi-weekly or monthly. I'll try to figure out a good cadence for it in addition to the other normal videos. This will help fill in some of the blanks. So cool. Well, and let me know who you would want in the comment section or in the chat room. Let me know who you'd want for other interviews. And we could probably have a lot of group-based ones, so we could have multiple people in it. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. So other content creators, in addition to other just random people that you probably don't even know about. I think it'd be fun to talk about. And just to talk about prepping, to hopefully give us some kind of platform where we could talk about the things that we like doing that we can't talk to our normal people in our everyday lives about because they don't care about Mylar bags and EDCs. So cool. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this stream up.
Yeah.
I think this is fun. It was pretty good for number one, right? I thought it was decent.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think I stumbled on my words too many times. And we had
Nope, you did great. This whole thing, this whole project. I mean, you and I, we talked about this for a while, and kind of went back and forth. And what should we do with it? And no, you're running great with it.
Mr. Morris is in the comment section. He's a local. We'll probably have him on there. We were talking about doing some kind of prepping round table, like having a round table, and maybe this would be a kind of a cool outlet to do it in a streaming fashion where we could take live comments and answer questions in real time and have it be like a round table of people that are into prepping and have some kind of expertise or just are into it. I think that'd be kind of cool. A mod squad is a good idea. A guest spot with Nutton would be, it'd be cool to talk to Nutton. But well, cool.
You can call it the Bob Squad.
The Bob Squad. That's funny. Well, cool. I think I'm going to wrap this one up, and we'll. Again, special thanks to Bionic Madness for dropping by. It was really fun, and then for answering a lot of questions. Again, special thanks for City Prepping to take some time out to talk with us as well. All the questions have been awesome. Everyone that's in the chat room, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I have a video. I'm planning on having it come out on Saturday, and it's going to feature Tactical Temptress in that, which I get a lot of requests for. And I think you're gonna like this one. It's pretty fun. It's more of a fun. It's going to be a fun video. You're gonna like it. So cool. Well, guys, stay tuned for future live streams, and I hope that you guys enjoyed episode 1 of TUP Talks, and hopefully I didn't stumble on my words too much, but let's do it again. I think this will be a lot of fun. It'll be fun to talk prepping with prepping people. So, guys, thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. See ya. All right.